Hey, hi. Welcome back to Salesforce Questionist, a place where you'll discover, learn, and master your Salesforce skills. Uh, so, yeah. So this is a day four of Salesforce Order Management series. Where today we will discuss about the extended part of the trialette modules that whatever we have discussed yesterday. Okay, so now this is a day four. So in the last 3 days, we have already discussed about the like what is OMS, how the how the business can use, and what are the OMS capabilities, and also we saw the life cycle, nothing but an end-to-end journey from placing an order to till delivering the products to the customer or return refunds everything. Okay, on a high level. So yeah, so today we are discussing about the use of order summaries to manage the orders. Okay, so now by the end of this session, you can able to easily understand the following concepts. Nothing but you can easily able to explain the differences between the order and order summary, and also you can describe the relationships between the orders, change orders, and the order summaries, and also you can identify what kind of information that you can find it in an order summary. Okay, so let me go back to Google then. Okay, so this is my playlist. As I told, this is the day four. So I have already uploaded the 3 days sessions. So in 3 days, you can see in the first session I have explained what is OMS, why it matters, and also in the second session I have explained the regarding this order life cycle and how the OMS will work and what are the business capabilities that OMS can handle. And also in the last session, nothing but a day three, uh, I have also explained about some more details about the OMS and also related to order management console in the Salesforce. Okay, so now I'll go to Google and I'll open, I'll search for the Salesforce order management trial. Okay, I'll open this and yeah, so I have already logged in. Yesterday we have completed two modules, so 200 points you can see here. These two modules that we have completed, and today we will complete this third concept: use order summaries to manage the orders. Okay, so let me open this, and if I scroll down here, you can see these three learning objectives. Nothing but that's what I explained now just before some minutes. So by end of the session, you will be able to know more details regarding the orders, change orders, and the order summary. Okay. So without wasting a time, let me scroll down and we'll see there is one image here. So and we can see this is regarding an order management with a single view of order data. Okay. So if I scroll down, we'll observe this image. What it is there here, we can see order summary at the top, and there are some other objects like fulfillment order, order product, order items, price book entry, order delivery method, payment, account, tax, price adjustments, right? Nothing but there are so many objects, right? So as I told in the yesterday's session, order summary is like what we can say, in single record we can see complete information of an order. So that's why we will call this order summary record as a 360-degree view of order management system, right? So now if you see, I think somewhere they have mentioned as well, see here you can see the order summary is not just a snapshot of the order details, nothing but a products, prices, taxes or fees. Along with this, it will also have the order receipt and invoices as well. Okay, so that's why here they have clearly mentioned that that type of order summary is only a tip of information in the iceberg. Nothing but here you can see this is an iceberg, but inside that there are so many informations. So this single order summary. Okay, so from the single order summary, you can navigate to any of these objects, nothing but any of this fulfillment order summary, any of these objects from the single order summary. That is what they have explained here. Nothing but it is not just a snapshot of product price, tax, or fees. Apart from this, there are more details as well. Okay, so this is what the meaning is. Let me scroll down And so now here they have explained what is order summary. Nothing but by using the order summaries, what kind of informations that you may get, right? So that is what here you can see. And the order summary is your go-to hub where you will find the answers for all of your order related questions that are displayed below, that are listed below. Okay. So now in order summary, what kind of information that you may get? Suppose for example, we'll go one by one. So the first scenario is who placed the order and when it was submitted. Suppose if you want to know, consider like I am the customer, I have placed an order, and you are the OMS user or you are the business user who is handling this order management part. Suppose if you want to know who placed that order, you can go to order summary, and there you can see there will be an account where you can see the record. From there, you will get to know who placed this order. Okay. So nothing but in an order summary, you can get to know who placed that order. Okay. And also you can see the date as well. And second one is what was ordered. Suppose if I want to know, suppose if you want to know what kind of products that the customer ordered or services, how much quantity, what is the price. If you want to see this information, right? Again, you go to order summary, you will get these details here. That's it? No, there are few more. So what items have been allocated? Nothing but once the business get the orders from the website to order management system, they will send this order informations to the fulfillment location, nothing but the stores or warehouses, right, to fulfill the orders. Nothing but to pick pack the order and to deliver the product. So if you want to see how many items are allocated, that also you can see it in order summary. And if you want to know how many orders are delivered, that also you can see fulfilled, nothing but delivered. Okay. So if you want to know how many items are delivered, you can go to again order summary, you will get the information there. And if you want to know what items can be cancelled or returned, how many items are cancelled or how many items are returned, or how many items are shipped nothing but dispatched from the store or warehouse. Okay. And also if you want to know further about the payment related information, nothing but how much amount has been authorized, how much amount has been captured, and also you can see how much amount has been refunded, right? So if you want noon, and also at the last there is one more where can I see all the activities of the order since it was submitted. So nothing but if you want to know any order related activities from placing an order to till the current stage, that also you can see all this for all of your questions. For all of your questions, the only answer is order summary. Order summary is the place where you will get the entire information of an order. Entire nothing but entire information. Okay. So now I'll scroll down. So this is the use of order summary. Okay. So in order management, if you want to interact with an order, you will go to order summary. Okay. Because that is the main record. And I'll scroll down. Here we have order management objects. Okay. So order management objects, there are a couple of objects. The only few they are listed here. You can see here there are these three objects. So these three objects are the standard Salesforce objects. Okay. One is credit memo, one is an invoice, and one is an order. So nothing but Salesforce, standard Salesforce object, nothing but. So these are the standard objects which will be there even though if we don't have order management license in our org. Okay. So nothing but if you're using other cloud, sales cloud or revenue cloud or any other clouds, right? You can see this order object, you can see this invoice object, and also you can see this credit memo object without having the order management license. And I hope you already know the credit memo because I already explained this in the first session. If you don't know, credit memo is like an reverse invoice, nothing but generating an bill for the refund amount, nothing but for the return order. We will generate a bill, right? That we inform nothing but payment information that will be stored in the credit memo. And of course, invoice you already heard, and it will store the billing information, nothing but it will store the payment related information for the forward shipping. Okay. and the last one order. So as the name suggests, it will store the order informations. Okay. So we'll see all of these objects in the order management once we jump to the OMS setup, once the OMS setup is done. Okay. So if I scroll down, there are some more objects like while we'll see what is this while objects that require Salesforce order management license. So these three objects, fulfillment order product, and order summary. These three objects, right? If you want to use these three objects, the Salesforce order management license is must. Okay. I'll explain the use of each of this. You already know what is order summary. I'll explain this fulfillment order and the fulfillment order product in the later sessions. Okay. And let me scroll down here. So as I previously told, there are with respect to order. So here we are discussing this relationship between the orders, change orders, and order summaries. Okay. So we'll see now. So now this is the time to understand the differences. So what is an order? Okay. Order is an original order record. It's an original record. I think somewhere here they'll mention this. See, for example, an order summary pulls the data. Order represents the original transaction order. So nothing but now as a customer, I have placed an order and it came to OMS. Then first, at the first, it will create an order record. Okay. First, it will create an order record and that one we will call it as an original transaction order. Okay. With this order details, it will create OMS will create an order summary record. That's what here you can see. The order summary object pulls the data from an underlying order object. Nothing but once the order is created, then order management will pull the order data and it will create an order summary. Okay. And so now you may got a confusion or you may got a doubt like why do we need order and order summary, two separate records? Why can't we use only order or why can't we use alone order summary, right? So I think you may got this question. So now I'll tell you the answer. So now why do we need to create these two separate order and order summary? The the answer is simple. If you want to know, suppose consider now the order is created. Along with this order summary is also created. I have ordered two product. Okay. For these two products, order summary is created. Okay. So now I want to cancel one item. Okay. So now if I want to cancel an item, if I directly cancel it in an order object, right, instead of order summary, after some time, if I want to know what customer ordered exactly, nothing but customer ordered two items, and if I directly remove the one product from the order object, how I'll get to know that the order has been one customer ordered two product and out of two one product customer cancelled. How I'll get to know? So to differentiate this, okay, that's why we have two different objects, one order sub order and order summaries. That's why we will not generally when we are using the order management, we will not directly interact with the order management, will not interact with the orders. See, here you can see order management uses a summary object to provide the dynamic view of the order data. Nothing but typically users will interact with the summary objects rather than directly underlying on the data objects. Nothing but we will not touch the original object, original record at all. We will always interact with the summary objects because even though if there are any changes happens in the summary object, still we will have the original records or original information in the data objects, nothing but the original order record. Okay. That is why we will use two different objects. One is order and one is order summary. Okay. So now I hope you got, now I cleared your doubt, the difference between the order and the order summary. So now there is one more object called change order. So now what is change order? Anyway, we already have this order object and order summary object, right? Why this third object came again, order summary? So the answer here is, now I'll go, now again I'll give the same example. Consider I have ordered two products. Okay. So I have ordered two products, and with the two products order is created, and for the two products order summary is also created, and in order summary one item has been cancelled. Okay. In order summary one item has been cancelled. Okay. So now how can I communicate this to the original order that this item in your in this order one item has been cancelled? So how can I inform from order summary to order? So to inform to update or to inform the order that the one item has been cancelled, we will use the change order object. So I hope you can see, and here, and generally the change order record will create only if there is a financial related transaction. Please note this point. The change order record will create only if there is any financial related changes. Okay. So like for example, you have you have ordered two, three products. Okay. You cancelled one product. So nothing but there is some financial related changes happen. Nothing but if you're canceling, we need to refund that amount. So there is some financial change. So for this, it will create a change order. And suppose consider I have returned one as a customer, I have returned one product. Okay. So again, the financial changes happened. So for this also, it will create a change order. Suppose consider I am the customer, and I got a product, but it is having some issue, or uh, nothing but the product is not working as expected. So in this case, I'll raise a case to the support agent, or I'll contact the support agent, and so as a compensate they will give some discount to me, like an adjustment. So again we need to again, as in the from the OMS, we need to uh, give some discount, or we need to refund the amount back to the customer. Okay. So again, there is some financial change. So the answer is simple. Wherever there is a financial change happens negatively on the respect on any of the order, in that case, the change order record will be created. Okay. So that is what here you can see the change order record will represents the change of an order that will affect to the charges or payments. Like for example, canceling the product, returning the product, or giving an adjustments. Okay. So now as I told, it will create an record if there is any financial related changes happens. So what exactly it will store? What exactly the change order will store? So the generally the change order will store the product information which got affected financially. Suppose, for example, now if I cancel any one product, have ordered two product. If I cancel any one product, right? So it will create a change order record, and it will link to that product whichever is cancelled along with the quantity and along with the price information. Nothing but how much price has been impacted. Nothing but the financial payment information. Okay. Same for return and also for the adjustments. So now I hope you can easily differentiate these three objects. Order, nothing but an original transaction order, where we will not generally interact with this record, because we will generally interact with the order summary. The reason being is that this is an original information. If we directly interact with this original order record, we may lose the original data, right? And now this is an order, and order summary I am explaining from last 4 days. This is one of the main object that is there in the order management, where uh, we can get the complete informations, and without order the order summary can't be created. Okay. So this is about the order summary and change order record. So as I told, change order record will be created only if there is any financial related changes happens to that order. Okay. Like for example, any cancellation, return or refund, what it will contain. It is like an order only, but it will create only if and it is like an order. It is an order, but here it will contain the negative amount or negative quantity, nothing but it will create only if there is any cancellation, returns, or any adjustments given. Okay. So now I hope you are clear with these three objects. Let me scroll down. So here they have explained this again. And here also they have explained the differences. I think I have already covered this. The original record transaction order, it will represents the customer informations, nothing but order creation and order changes also, nothing but a change order. And order summary will represents a single view for the current state of an order, including the complete order information like to fulfillment, discount, cancel, return, refund, everything. And order will be associated with one order summary, and the order summary can't even exist without an order. Okay, because I'll explain, there is a flow. Okay, if once the order is activated, it will create an order summary. But just remember it like without an order, the order summary can't be created. Okay, and we can't able to change anything on the original order record once the order is activated. So this also we will see once the OMS setup is done, and we can use this object for the reports. And in order summary, all the financial related informations will be read only. Suppose for example, there is a net price, there is a tax, and gross total, total with tax adjustments, right? We can't directly interact with this financial information. So it nothing but there will be no ID access at all. It all will be read only. It will only change if there is any return, cancel, or adjustment happens to this order. Okay. Yeah, that's the difference between order and order summary. And let me scroll down. I think these we will cover it in later point of time. And change order also have explained now. Okay. So what it will do, you can see these three details of the change order are recorded in the details of the change order record will store the details of the changes of this particular record of this particular order. Okay. Order details are updated on the order summary to reflect the information contained in the change order. This is fine. This is also I'll already explain. Order details in the original order transaction remain same. So nothing but in the original transaction order, right? As I told, here there will be no change even after a cancellation, return, or anything. It will remain with the original data, so that even in future, if I want to know what customer placed initially, I can able to easily go to the order and I can see the information, because order summary or change order will have the updated or latest record, but the order record will have the original record. Okay, so that is what they have explained here. Original order plus change order plus change order 1, change order 2 equals order summary. So again, I'll take an example of ordering 3 products. Consider I have original order. There were consider like these two are not there. So I have ordered 3 products. For 3 products, original order is created and order summary is created. Okay, this is the current state. So now what I'll do, I'll cancel one item from the order summary. So if I cancel one item from the order summary, again there is a financial change. So what it will do, it will create a change order record because there is a financial change for one quantity. So now there were 3 products, and now here the quantity, the change order will be created for -1 because I have cancelled -1. So 3 minus 1, 2. So nothing but the current order summary status, nothing but the current, current order summary, the quantities will be 2. Okay. Consider like there were 3. One I cancelled, one I will return from the order summary. Okay. So if I return from order summary, again change order record will be created. Change order 2 for -1. So original order was 3, -1, 2, 2 minus 1, 1. So in order summary, there will be only one product, nothing but it will store only the current state. So I hope now I have cleared your doubts regarding this order summary, change orders. Okay. So let me scroll down, and here we can see enhanced customer service with the order on customer service with order on behalf. So this one I think I have explained a day yesterday or day before yesterday. So as the name suggests, order on behalf, nothing but placing an order on behalf of customer. Here you can see use this order on behalf or order entry to let the customer service representative. Nothing but here the customer will not place an order. Instead, they will contact to the customer service representative or the service agent, where they will place an order directly on behalf of the customer. Okay. This one also we will see. I'll explain the flow. I'll also explain how to run this flow and what kind of records it will create, how it will create everything. We will see it in detail. Okay, so reporting in data, and I think if you are already know the Salesforce, you already know how the regarding this reports and dashboards. I don't think I need to explain it much. And yeah, so these are some of the order management objects. Okay, you already heard this in recent OMS sessions. I'll come to each and every one in detail in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so these are some of the order management objects where we can create a custom report types, and we can use this for the reports purpose. Okay, that is about this custom report types. So the agenda of the session was to understand the order summaries, and the change orders, and how to manage all of this. Okay. So now I hope you are clear with this concept. Let me go to the question section. The first question is, what is the primary purpose of an order summary in Salesforce order management? What is the primary purpose of Salesforce order management? To provide a snapshot of orders, details like products, prices, tax, and fees. So to provide a snapshot of order details like products, price, tax, and fees. So it will provide the snapshot of these details. But I think this is not the right answer, because apart from this also it will give some more details. We'll see if none of the options if next three options are not suitable, this will be the right answer. Okay. So the second one is to store the customer information. No, to store the customer information, we have an account objects. So we will not use order summary to store the account customer information. Third one is to consolidate all the order information into a single view. Yeah. So this is the right answer. Nothing but to consolidate all the order information in a single view. Nothing but that is the reason we will call this as a 360-degree view of order management system. Okay, so let me scroll down. What is this? To summarize the customer contact information. No, again, we will use account and contacts if it is a business account. If it is a person account, we will use a person account to store the customer related information. So the D, B, and A are wrong. So D and B are clearly wrong, and A and C are relatively right. A is also almost correct, but not fully. So this is the right answer to consolidate all the order informations. Let me go to the second one. What is the relationship between the orders, change orders, and order summaries in Salesforce order management? Orders and change orders are separate entities that do not interact with the order summaries. No, orders and change orders are not a separate entities. Both are same entities where it will interact with the order summaries. So this is not the right answer. An order summary is created from an order. Yeah. So the first statement is create. Order summary will be created using the order and is updated by the change order while the original order remains unchanged. Yes. So the original order will be remain unchanged, and the change order will be updated based on the order summary. This statement is also correct. And then order summary is created from the order. So these all three statements are correct. We'll see the other two options as well. Change order replace the original order. No, original order can't be replaced. Okay. So this is not the right answer. Of course, that is not the right answer. Order summaries are only created for all change orders has been processed. No, order summaries are only created after all change orders are processed. No, this is also not the right answer. So the right answer is this one, where all three conditions or all three statements that they have given here, all three are correct. So let me check the quiz. Yeah, so this is the right answer. Those two are the right answer. Yeah, so let me go back to the PPT. So this is what I planned in the session. I hope now you are clear with the order summaries, and the change orders, including managing the orders, including how to manage all of this. Okay. So thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned. I'll be back with the next video, and I hope this session was very useful for you. And to get more related contents with respect to order management, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you have any queries, or if you have any concerns, or if you want to know anything specifically with respect to order management, or with respect to anything on the Salesforce, please add a comment. I'll respond there. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks again. And if you need any support, reach out to me at salesforcequestnet@gmail.com. Thank you once again. We'll meet tomorrow with a new concept. Until that, please watch the previous recordings. And if you're having any doubts, please let me know in the comment. Thank you.